Hi ladies and gentlemen, in today's video we are going to talk about how to manage and lead younger generations and a very young team that you might have. And if you are in the business for a long period of time, or if you are in a corporation, it doesn't matter, at some point you're gonna come across some younger people, younger generations that you might not be able to lead because they do have a different approaches when it comes to communication. They do have a different motivation comparing to older generations, right? And this is normal thing, and we need to understand how to approach to each generation. As we all know, young generation are the ones who have very high expectations with a very high level of expectations comparing to input they would like to actually put into the work, or the effort they would like to make to reach that high expectations for themselves. Of course, there are always exceptions. There is always people, those who are more or less similar to older generation, even amongst the younger generation. However, very important thing to understand, the majority of younger generation expect a lot when it comes to the first years of experience, because they're impatient and they are kind of ambitious but impatient at the same time, as I used to be back to that time. I remember when I started my career, I just set my goal that I'm just gonna be like director in 2 years, which didn't happen. However, it actually using the right strategies, knowing how to work in a corporation, knowing how to work in a business, then I managed to progress very fast. But I was very open to learn very quickly and to adjust my styles to different styles, to admit when making mistakes, to learn from mistakes and move forward. So how to lead a younger generation? The most important thing is to always try to understand their motivational factors and always make sure to recognize their effort, whatever they put into the operation. This is extremely important because younger generation operate on the system. They like to be praised for even small effort they make, comparing to elderly generation, those who are actually more, okay, I'm gonna get things done and I'm not that picky, if you're gonna recognize me or not, because this is the job, needs to be done, and let's move forward, right? So you need to make sure that first thing first, you praise them more often, you give them recognition, and this way you actually motivate them more. Second thing, you need to sit down with them and to make a clear plan for their career growth, because as we mentioned in the beginning, they like to grow fast and they like to see it in the way how it's planned, right? And of course, this is where you actually set the goals with them, expectations, and then you can understand their motivational factors. And number 3 is to also ensure they are equipped with the right tools and resources, because they don't have that much ability to kind of get quick with the solutions comparing to elderly generation, which is normal because elderly generation, they have more experience, they have more those basically on hand experience comparing to younger generations, right? You need to support them more when it comes to resources, when it comes to tools, right? These are just these simple things to start from the basics, and of course there are a lot of additional other things how you can manage them better, but let's start just from these 3 basics, and in the next videos we're gonna cover more. The reason why I didn't divide generation in the different periods of times where you're gonna see in every single video or in every single educational content is because that we just generalize at the younger generation and the elderly generation, so we do not go into so much detail. Is it generation X or Y, etc., right? So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and until next time, stay ambitious.